Hello everybody. So I'm just adding this onto my video again because part of my video that I uploaded last night didn't work. So when I went to export it, I noticed that part of it didn't work last night. So I'm really sorry that I didn't get this out last night to you, Wednesday night, but I didn't realize this had happened until this morning when I woke up. So I've had to do this again. So let's just start, shall we? This is for your update for the rest of the week. So I'm Susie B from SusyBLiving, and this is my moon gardening schedule for the rest of the week. We've got 2 moon phase days coming up. Thursday the 11th, I've got my book in front of me, 11th, Friday the 12th, and Saturday the 13th of April are all roots days. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be sowing first. So the first thing that I'm going to be sowing is I am going to be sowing, finally, I've been saying that I'm going to be sowing this for a while, my first lot of carrots in my raised bed out in the garden. I've had real issues with the weather. This week has been a total washout this week. Today doesn't seem too bad, but I know we're expecting a lot of wind and a lot of rain again. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days that I will be able to put out my summer carrots. So there are 2 particular varieties that I'm going to put in at the moment. They are the Sugar Snacks and they are Mokum. As you can see in the greenhouse at the moment, the big greenhouse, today, overnight, being a roots day, my Mokum that I sowed in a tub here has come up. It's started to germinate. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to be doing those. The next thing I'm going to be doing is I am going to be sowing now some potatoes, and these are my second early potatoes, over on the allotment. We've got a big container on the allotment. It's a brand new bed. Well, it's not brand new. I've had it for quite a while, but I haven't put it up. Anyhow, Mr. N put it up, and I'm going to be direct sowing some Charlotte potatoes and some Estima potatoes. They're our favorite. They're kind of like a contrast to each other. Charlotte is a very waxy potato, good for salads, and Estima is a kind of all-rounder that you can use for anything, really. And I'm going to plant those, probably about 4 of each, but we'll see how many I can get in this planter and put them straight in. You know, I've been doing my potatoes in small pots, in litre pots. Well, now I start sowing them either direct in the ground, which is going to be my next sort of sowing, or in these planters outside. I've started to take my potatoes from inside the greenhouse, outside in the pots, outside, just up against the greenhouse, and I've taken them outside, so they'll do better outside because they'll get a lot more rain. Yeah, there you go. So that is that, and the next thing that I'm going to be doing is another batch. Now I'm thinking about this, but I think I will do it, another batch of beetroot. So I've already got 1 batch of beetroot in the greenhouse over the road at the allotment. It's doing really well. As you can see here in the garden, I have another batch of beetroot. This is the bull's blood, the Burpees golden, and I think it's the white one as well. It's the albina. So that's all here at home. And I'm going to just do a few more beetroot that I'm going to put at the back of my beds that I put my peppers in, just so that they, or but at the back of a bed anyhow. So along the edge of a bed, I'm going to do that as well. And that will then take me into kind of later summer with beetroot. So that's my sowing. For my transplanting, I have some turnips and some radish in a tray downstairs ready to go outside, and they have to go out. So they're going to go in my veggie pod. I've just uploaded a video. I don't know whether you're a veggie pod grower, but I've just uploaded a video about how I use my veggie pod. and I was transplanting radish in that. And I always kind of like to transplant my radish and turnips into veggie pod because it has a cover, it has a net cover, and then I don't have issues with flea beetle, which I have noticed in the garden here in the raised bed. They're starting because it's been quite mild and they're already starting. So I've got those to go in. My potatoes, so here in the greenhouse, you can see I've got some very good looking dark leaved potatoes. These are Charlottes. Now these have to go into pots, bigger pots. I'm a little bit late with them, but it doesn't matter. They need to be transplanted into some pots. The other thing that I've got here in the greenhouse are some onions, and these are still my bulbing onions, and I need to transplant those out as well. I'm going to put some of the red ones in the greenhouse at the allotment because they did really well last year. I just let them grow in amongst, what did I have in there last year? And mainly cucumbers, I think, but I just let them grow and they did really well. And also I've got the North Holland Blood Red. So I've got the Lilia and the North Holland Blood Red. I'm going to put some also in the garden here as well. For my weeding and maintenance, let's talk about onions, because you can see this bed here needs a really good weed. I seem to have some bindweed coming up in it with this, just unbelievable. But I'll just kind of get a trowel and get rid of that. So that needs a really good weed. Those onions, so these are bulbing onions in this bed, and they've been sitting in there all winter. I gave them a feed, and they have started to grow now and start to get a little bit thicker. So I'm going to be doing that. I need to weed that bed that I showed you the beetroot in as well. There's a little bit of bindweed that's behind the spring onion bed. There's a little bit of bindweed coming up in that. Need to get under the netting and have a good look at my garlic again. The wind gave it a little bit of a bashing the other day, so I just need to have a look and make sure that everything's okay. I've got some leeks that need to still be picked. They're nice and big now. And my radish, as you can see, here's my radish in my big veggie pod. This is my first batch of radish for the year that was sown in January. Right at the beginning, I think it was probably the 1st of January or 2nd of January, and now they're ready. So they're really delicious. And I just have another look at my carrots and make sure everything's okay with those. So that's my weeding and maintenance, and feeding and watering. I might give my beetroot in the bed here at home a little bit of a water because it's got mulch on top, and the mulch has a tendency to get quite dry. So I might do that. So that is up to Saturday, and then Sunday is a flowers day again on the moon phase calendar. So in what I'm going to sow in April, I never mentioned the 14th of April, and I think actually the 15th is also Flowers Day. Yes, 14th and 15th, which is next Monday, are Flowers Day. Now, I didn't mention those in my what I'm sowing in April because I don't need to sow anything. So, but if you do want to do something on those days, then like I said, it's a really good time for you to, if you haven't put your dahlias in pots, put them in pots. Anything that you've got like summer bulbs, gladioli is a really good thing, but you can plant those direct in the ground. Freesias, lilies, all of that. Lilies should be sprouting now, so get those in as soon as possible. I do mine in pots. And any kind of bare root perennial that you want to move or to divide, do it as soon as possible, because as soon as they start to sprout, they really want to start growing, not be divided. Unless, of course, you don't really care whether you're not going to get flowers this year. So that's what you could do on Flowers Days as well. I'm not sowing any more flowering brassicas until later on. So I would hold off if I were you as well, because if you sow around now, they could definitely bolt. And that's a waste of a plant, in my opinion. So that then is Sunday and, well, Monday, the 14th and 15th of April. So that's it. That's your week. I hope you have a good week, and thank you for watching. And I apologize again for this going out late. I look forward to seeing you Sunday night. Let's hope that YouTube's working well on Sunday night. Sunday night's a busy night on YouTube. I might try and get the video out a little bit earlier perhaps. And I will see you for next week. We are starting to get mid-April already, and it's all fun and games. I am playing seedling Tetris at the moment in the greenhouse. I'm trying not to touch anything because it's all balanced very nicely. But to tell you the truth, I think I'm going to start evicting things out, because I can't see the weather getting really, really much better, and they're going to have to harden up, these seedlings. So thank you. I'm Susie B from SusyBLiving. If you want to follow me, I noticed that I've had quite a lot more followers on my moon phase gardening series, which is fantastic, and I hope it's working for you. If you've got any questions, please just ask below, and I will answer. I always answer everything. And if there's anything that you want me to cover as well, please let me know and I will do that. So I will see you later. Thumbs up, it'd be nice that you like my videos, and subscribe. All right, see you, bye.